Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Ziggy from Shonen Origins coming here with some more 7 Deadly Sins. So, as of the update today, we are allowed to get coin shop units whenever we want for 7 SSR coins, or we could wait for them to go into rotation for 5 SSR coins. So, I figured I'd make a video talking about the best SSR coin units and if they're worth the 7 SSR coins, or maybe if you should wait for them in rotation. Now, we're gonna start from least from the worst to the best. Now I do want to say, obviously, I'm not gonna talk about King, even though King is a free-to-play unit. Blue King is a free-to-play unit. He is also a coin shop unit, but because he's free to play, I'm not gonna really talk about him. Even though obviously free-to-play Blue King is a top 3 unit in the game. And the same thing with Diane. She's also free to play, so you don't really have to, if you just play through the story mode, you only spend you only spend SSR coins if you want dupes of her. And I also will say that overall though, she's the worst SSR coin unit. Um out of every single one, she is the worst. That Diane, the Kung Fu Master, or the Sin of Envy, I believe. Diane is the worst one. So all right, let's get into it. So the ones that are not free to play. Well, I have Diane here. You get out of here. Is Meliodas. I know some people like, damn, that sucks. Because when the game first came out, everybody's like, yo, this Meliodas is gonna be broken and all that. And he's not. He's good. Like all the coin shop units, they're all good units. All of them are some of the best units in the game. But Meliodas is the worst of the bunch. That doesn't mean he's a bad unit, but he is the worst of the bunch. So I would say, unless like you really want him, because like sometimes you're just a fan of a unit, right? Even if they're not the best unit, you're just a fan of that character, so you want every version of that character. I repeat, I would not spend 7 SSR coins on this unit. I would definitely wait for Meliodas to come into rotation, because, which is crazy, because before we really knew how good Meliodas was, I probably would have spent 7 SSR coins on this Meliodas if I was able to buy him from the jump. That's how hype I was for him. But now that I use him, and I will put out some videos using him and stuff like that against, raids, PvP, etc., I realized that he's the worst. He's the worst, other than Diane, out of the coin shop units. And that doesn't mean he's bad. That doesn't mean he's a bad unit, but he's the worst out of the bunch. And he's really, like, he's okay in PvP. Now, one of the things I feel like would have made him really good, right? If you go to his ultimate inflicts weakness, right? So increased damage done to targets with debuffs times 3. That would have been really good if that was like on his second ability. If you would like, inflict is pretty good, right? In raids, right? Like Meliodas is okay in PvP. He's really good in raids. Inflict is really good in like raids, right? So they can't heal, like, so gray demon or red demon can't heal, so that's pretty good. But I would have liked to switch this possibly. I would put weakness on Hellfire Explosion and maybe inflict on this, or I would have got rid of Ignite, because his 2 abilities would have complemented each other really well, right? You hit weakness on the opponent with Hellfire Explosion, and then you hit them with Purgatory Flames, and Ignite does even more damage. Even though Ignite's really good because it can stack, as you see, increase damage by 10%, it can stack. But that's what I would have did, right? Maybe if we would have switched that, like infect, put that on his ultimate, and pick weakness on Hellfire Explosion, so his 2 abilities really go hand in hand. And another thing is his passive isn't really that good, right? If an allied character dies, increase this character's critical rate by 50%, which that's good, but it can only be triggered once per battle. Now, I don't know if that means, now, maybe I'm thinking this wrong. Maybe it means that, like, right, so say if your ally dies, and then for the rest of the thing, I don't know, when it says can only trigger once per battle, I feel like that doesn't mean that that like it'll trigger twice, right? So if your ally dies, right, you get 50%, and then another ally dies, you get another 50%. I don't think it stacks like that or anything like that. Now, I do think the critical rate stays, but I don't know, it just like his passive is just okay. It's not like amazing or anything like that. So like I say, and it's crazy too, because like when he first came out, everybody thought this would be like the best unit in the game, but he's not. He's just okay, and I would say he's the worst out of the exclusive coin shop unit. Doesn't mean he's bad. He's a good unit, but I will not use 7 SSR coins on him. I will wait till he's in rotation. All right, so we go to the next one, and it is Merlin. Merlin is a good unit. Like if you have 5 SSR coins right now, because she's the one that's in rotation, I would definitely get her. She's an amazing unit. She's amazing for raids and boss levels, and she's pretty good for PvP. She's not like crazy for PvP, but she's very usable in PvP. Like if you have her, you could definitely use her in PvP. Now, the reason why she's really good is she could take away ultimate engage with her first level attack, right? And then she also has a shield, produce a shield of 150% attack on all allies for 2 turns. This lasts is 2 turns and 100, that's really good. And when you get to all the way to level 3, right? 375% attack on all allies for 3 turns. So this is like, if you get to level 3, I want to say this is like 30k. So she could defend you from enemies for like 30k, and she could reduce ultimate gauge, so you don't have to even worry about, like, she's really, really good. And on her ultimate attack, she seals for 2 turns. So she's like super, super, super good. She's really useful in raids and PvPs, and like she's just like an all-around good buff unit. At the start of battle, the ultimate gauge of all allies are increased by 1 with her passive ability. Like she's really, really good. Her shield is amazing. Like you put her and Gowther on the same team with Gowther backing her up, like she's really, really, really just like stupid good, like stupid good, like really good. So I would suggest, now I wouldn't use 7 SSR coins on her, but she's in rotation right now. I will definitely use 5 SSR coins on her. I picked her up today. And then we go into Bond. Bond is a top 3 unit in the game. You could interline, you know, I think everybody agrees that the top 3 units are Gowther, Blue King, and Bond. Those are the top 3. You could change them however you want, but I think everybody is in agreement that those are the top 3. I have Bond as my number 3 unit in the game. He's amazing for farming. He's worth 7 SSR coins. Like if you don't have, like I will say, if you just started the game, he's worth the 7 SSR coins. If you have an account like mine, right? Like I don't have free to play Bond. I could have probably got him this week if I summoned a little bit more and got the 2 extra SSR coins and skip out on Merlin to get Bond. Now the reason I didn't get Bond, because my account is pretty stacked. Like I have a, like, not to brag, but I have a ton of units that I need to get to level them up. And since I could compete in PvP, and I can complete and farm very well and do all the raids and all that stuff, I didn't feel like it was necessary for me personally to spend 7 SSR coins on Bond. But if your account is like not all, like, you know, you don't have all like the best units, and you know you're kind of new, he's totally worth the 7 SSR coins. Now, I will say that he is coming back in rotation in 2 weeks, so maybe you could wait those 2 weeks. But say if he was like a month away or something along those lines, I would definitely spend 7 SSR coins. Maybe because he is 2 weeks away, maybe you could just deal with the 2 weeks of not having him and get him for 5. But say if he's like a month away, I would spend the 7 SSR coins. If you're a brand new account, or maybe your box is just not that strong, I would definitely, like, amazing for farming. I think he's a little bit overrated for PvP in my opinion, but still amazing. His life snatch, inflict 150% damage to enemy and 30% life steal, meaning that he gets that life back. That's just crazy. His seal, all enemies attack and defend, he could seal. Like yo, he could, like, I mean, not steal, which is like, I don't know why it sounds really weird with the way they put it. But what he does is reduce the target stats and increase your own. So basically, he's 30% of all enemy attack defense by 2 turns. He's able to farm really well. He's an AoE unit. His ultimate flick, 35% damage to single target, steal 50% of the target's attack and defense. And then his passive, if your unit was attacked this turn, decrease the effectiveness of an enemy recovery by 10% at the start of the next turn. This stacks up for 5 turns. His passive is okay, but what really makes him strong is his abilities. He's an AoE unit. So you use life snatch, you lose snatch, right? I hate how this is called life snatch and this is called snatch. You use snatch and then you use life snatch. He's an AoE really good. I think he's a little bit overrated for PvP. I think people were using him a lot in PvP when he first came out, but I feel like a lot of people figure him out, so people don't use him that much. But for farming raids, he is amazing. He's the best farming unit in the game. Best farming unit in the game. Top 3 unit in the game. Like I said, he's 2 weeks away from now. Maybe if your box is pretty good where you can get through all the events, you're pretty solid in PvP, I would wait, right? And just spend the 5 SSR coins because you should have him, right? You should get him, but you don't need him. But if you're like a brand new account, you got 7 SSR coins, and your account is your box is just not that good, because you're brand new and stuff like that, I would definitely spend 7 SSR coins on him. If your box is pretty straight, you can get through everything, I will wait. I will wait because he's only 2 weeks away anyway, right? Now, if he's like a month away and your box is still legit, I would still spend the 7 SSR coins on him. Amazing unit, top 3 unit in the game. And now we move on to the best unit in the game that works all across the board. All across the board, this unit is a S rank or SS rank, whatever you want, however you want to say it. SS rank, A+, A1, phenomenal, best unit in the game, Sin of Lust, Gowther. This unit is crazy good and broken. I wouldn't say broken, but it's ridiculous how good this unit is all around, no matter which section, raids, boss battles, PvP. This unit just works all the time. It's actually pretty crazy. Gowther's ability to seal, right? All units. He's AoE. He can seal all units. Now he usually doesn't. Maybe he'll get. It's pretty RNG, but if you're lucky, you'll get like 2 units, right? Especially at level 3, where he does it for 2 turns. Also, his ability Arrow of Erosion to rank up ally skills is amazing. If you get to 2-star, you do every ally skill. So he's buffing your units, right? And then his ultimate, and since it's really easy to get his ultimate, right? It's super easy to get his ultimate. And then when you do get his ultimate, you reduce the ultimate gauge of your enemy by 3. And it's to all enemies, meaning that you're basically knocking your enemy away from getting their ultimate. It's kind of crazy. Like he's like Gowther is really good, and if you have him with King, usually you're not gonna get this, right? Because you might have King on your team. The ultimate gauge by 5 is really good, and then his passive, if your unit wasn't attacked this turn, all your allies damage increased by 10%, 10% at the start of next turn, up to 5 times. Resets when damage, so you can stack this up to 5 times. This really, really good. Just, in my opinion, the best unit in the game. I say Gowther is the best unit in the game. That's just how I feel. I think he's the best unit in the game. Amazing unit. Yeah. So, I would spend 7. Gowther's like a month away, or 3 weeks away. Gowther's like a month or 3 weeks away. I would spend 7 SSR coins on Gowther. Bond and Gowther are 7 coin worthy. These units are 7 coin worthy. Bond is like 2 weeks away, so maybe you want to wait like I did. But Gowther, 7 coin worthy, easily. Now, even if your box is good, I would get, because he just makes everything just so much easier. Like I said, he's SSS across the board. PvP, raids, balls, farming, whatever you need to do, Gowther should be on your team. Amazing unit. Amazing unit. Like I said, now if I did count King, right? I don't count King because King's free to play. I would pick King right here. Like, say if King wasn't free to play, King would be like, King is also 7 coin worthy easily. The petrify effect, healing and removing debuffs, and can apply crushing. That means he negates patience rate. Like he's like King, but the reason I don't have King here is because King's free to play. I'm talking about units that are not free to play, and you need to legit spend your SSR coins on. And this is my list. Like I said, Meliodas, then Merlin, then Bond, then Gowther. Bond worth 7 coins. Gowther is worth 7 coins. Merlin and Meliodas, I will wait till rotation. So that's a video, guys. If hopefully it's helped you guys out to deciding. I know a lot of people it'll be difficult to decide, especially between Gowther or Bond, because it's like 1A and 1B when it comes to Gowther and Bond. But hopefully the video will help you guys out. If you're new here, please hit the sub button. If you enjoyed the video, if you liked the video, please hit the like button so I could do more, so I could tell you guys like these videos and I'll do more videos like this. Peace, deuces, all above.